want to know the magic formula to create an amazing relationship. But the truth is, every relationship is a unique blend of strengths. You can think of your skills and strengths like the elements of a periodic table of relationship success. Different combinations of skills results in different kinds of relationships. Your task is to figure out what combination of skills works best for you and what skills you want to acquire to help your relationship grow. Throughout this video, you'll see tags like this, which show you that we're discussing one of these elements. Don't worry about trying to learn everything all at once, just relax and enjoy the video. But if a particular element stands out to you and you'd like to know more, jot it down so you can head over to the website and get the help you need to grow in that area. Let's get started. Hey friends, I'm in the tire store and I've had a wonderful insight about relationships. Now sometimes we lose the tread, we lose traction, and we seem to be spinning our wheels and not going anywhere useful. And we get stuck, but we also know that there's a lot of parts of our relationship that are working really well. And there's a lot of good things. It's not broken, but we're just kind of stuck. So one of the things we need to do is find tires that fit our current relationship. Sometimes our relationship has grown or changed and the tires we had before just aren't doing the job anymore. So we need to find some skills that actually are going to give us the oomph to be able to move forward for our current relationship, that are the right size, that are the right tread level. So we probably are going to need to learn some new things or adjust the way we do some of these skills. And today I'd love to talk about what some of those skills are. Okay friends, I just breezed in from the tire store. I don't have time to make everything pretty and nice, but I just really wanted to share this. So the thing to remember about tires, or skills is what we're talking about, that the skills that we use in order to help ourselves move forward are kind of all about control. We're going to move forward. The relationship is going to change over time. As humans, that's just the way it works. Our relationships don't stay stagnant because we don't stay stagnant. All of us change. And so the point is not to have skills just to have them. The point is to have skills so that we have a little bit more control and we can steer the relationship to go where we want it to go. If our tires are balding, if we have used a skill in a particular way that has made it less effective over time, or our life circumstances have just worn away at the effectiveness of that skill, it's okay to either retread the tire, so approach that skill again in a slightly different way and see if it can be as effective as it was before or even more effective because we've learned something about it. So sometimes a refresher on really basic skills that we all need to move forward, things like listening, things like communicating clearly, things like responding and reacting when somebody listens, but also really important things like repair, which could be a whole nother car metaphor, but for now we're just focusing on tires. Repair is a super important skill. It's hard to move forward when people are hurt because when we're hurt, we hold back. So you've got one person pushing on the gas and one person pushing on the brakes, and that's not going to work. So repair helps us calm down and relax and feel safe again. So moving forward feels safe again. So take a second look at some of those fundamental skills that just have to do with the way that we communicate, the way that we are with each other. Responsiveness and repair, I think, are some of the really big ones. So sometimes we're trying really hard and both people are working, but there's just a lot of slippage. There's not a lot of traction. People, like the gears are kind of sliding and grinding instead of actually moving together. So when you and your partner are both working hard, but nothing's happening, then there's probably an issue that might need some extra help. And that's where chains come in. When you're in deep snow, sometimes it's not you, it's the circumstances. And the slippery, slidey, difficult circumstances mean that you just can't ever get a grip. And that can be really overwhelming and frustrating, especially if you can feel how hard you are working and that you're both showing up and it's still not helping. So one of the most important things that we can do when we're in that kind of a situation is to put on those chains of commitment and hopes and go back to, why am I here? Why did we even sign up for this in the first place? Those whys, the meaning in your life, the reason why you want the relationship to work, sometimes we forget to actually talk about that and bring it up and reaffirm, I don't know how we're going to get there, but I really want to get there. I don't know how we're going to overcome this obstacle, but this is why it's important to me. And when you get back to those whys, when you get back to the hopes and the dreams that you have together, the things that you want in the future, then it's a little easier to say, I can be patient with this and we can keep working and eventually we'll figure it out. I know that this is what I want and I know my reasons are good. We share these values. We're both wanting this. And when you can actually talk about that and sometimes talk about it pretty regularly, sometimes that's all you need to have the extra bit of traction to overcome those circumstances and move through them together as a couple. So one thing to recognize is that when you're off-roading, you're going to need some different skills. So the tires that we normally have on our car just for everyday running around and doing errands and stuff are fine, but you're going to need different things in different circumstances. So if you and your partner are going on a relationship adventure, say you want to introduce some new experiences into your sex life, or maybe you want to try doing something together, like having a hobby together, or we're gonna have a baby, or we're gonna adopt a dog, and who knows, puppies are hard, right? But are moving, buying a house, like there's so many things that people can do that are relationship adventures. When you're off-roading, when you're going out into the wilderness and the terrain's gonna be different than what you're used to, just recognize that you're gonna probably need some different skills. Unfortunately, unlike for cars, we don't actually know all the time ahead of time which skills we're going to need. So the best thing that you can do is if you know, okay, we're going into a situation that's outside of our comfort zone, that's going to be a little different than we usually do. It's an adventure. Why don't we be prepared to pay attention and figure out, what is this terrain like? Are we in loose gravel? Are we in rocks? Are we in mud? What's going on? And if we pay attention to what's going on, then we can recognize the skills that we're going to need in order to handle it. And that recognition is the first step. Then you can practice those skills together and get good at it. It's a great way to make your relationship much more interesting, but being prepared with the mindset that says, hey, we're off-roading, I'm going to need some new skills. There's some things to learn and practice here is going to have a great, great impact on how well that goes for your relationship. So how do you move forward safely and effectively? Get the right tires. They're just skills.
That's good.